Exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Chase Ward.
We are mostly clear and quiet this morning. The skies will be clear for most of the morning, but we are expecting a little increase in cloud cover as we do progress towards this afternoon, evening, with a chance of rain and thunderstorms arriving late tonight. Here's a look now at Doppler radar at 5:42, and there's nothing really to track. There's not really hardly any clouds in the sky. Here's looking at the Tower Place Tower here in Monroe, where, like I said, it's mainly quiet. Winds have been mostly calm, but they will pick up a little bit out the south and southwest. Right now, current temperature is 74 degrees. Dew point is at 71. Plenty of moisture here at the surface. It's definitely going to be muggy throughout the course of today. And we will be getting a little bit hotter because even yesterday it got hot to the mid-90s, and that's still going to be that way for this afternoon, with the index value still pushing to 100 and 101 degrees just for the actual heat index. Now, as we go into the late overnight hours, we are expecting a frontal boundary which is currently up to the north in parts of Oklahoma, Missouri, northwest Arkansas. You can already see there's a lot of that increased cloud cover back to the west. Aloft, we're starting to see more westerly flow, and more moisture is also starting to roll in the upper levels as well. Area wide, we're mainly in the 70s. El Dorado Canyon at 68 though, 73 Ruston, 74 Monticello. Dew points mainly in the 70s. Plenty of moisture for these storms to be able to work off of for late tonight. Bust up forecast, clear now through the afternoon. We're still mainly dry. We'll be in the mid-90s for our highs, with the heat index values approaching 100 to 101 degrees. So yeah, still make sure you're practicing heat safety. It's already going to feel like it's back to late August again, but we will get the brief cool down for this weekend and then going into early next week. But it's not going to last long, because by Wednesday onward and by next Friday, we could be kind of back to where we started. Now, keep in mind, we do have ongoing drought conditions in southeast Arkansas, with some abnormally dry conditions which is stretched further southward into parts of northeast Louisiana. So the rainfall itself is going to be a welcoming sight, but we don't want too much of it at one time. So this frontal boundary is going to move through after sunset. We're going to be pushing around midnight tonight, and then going into the early morning hours tomorrow. Once we go into Sunday, we'll already have northerly flow established, and we start to feel a little bit cooler, and also drier air will be allowed to seep in. Now, there is a chance for gusty winds and small hail with these thunderstorms, because it's going to be very hot, plenty of moisture. It's going to be humid for this afternoon. Like I said, it's going to be some fuel for these storms to work with. So there is a gusty wind, small hail threat across South Arkansas, and even for areas in Louisiana along and north of the I-20 corridor. I wouldn't even put Monroe and Ruston fully out of the picture of a severe threat with these winds and hail. Now, once we hit around 3 o'clock this evening, we see a little increased cloud cover. We're still dry, but once we go around 10 o'clock, that's when those storms start approaching southern Arkansas and then slowly spread throughout the course of the area. Flash flooding doesn't look like it's a high threat, but we can definitely see 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall within a short period of time if these storms still continue into the morning hours around lunchtime through Saturday. But once we go into Saturday night through Sunday, that's when the skies really kind of start to clear out. Like I said, rainfall totals, the heaviest will be back across Arkansas and for areas lying north of I-20. Now tonight we fall to the lower 70s with these strong storms possible around and after midnight. Tomorrow we'll be in the lower 80s, and then we see sunshine return by early on next week with our brief cool down. We will expect to remain dry through next week, through next Thursday and Friday, with our warm up back to lower 90s.